Hello, my name is Kristi. We are taking the woo-woo out of manifesting and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a manifesting and skincare talk. Our manifesting topic, as you saw in the title, is talking about everyone is you pushed out and how you can use that to determine what self-concept you have. And I also got some skincare devices that I want to share with you today that I'm really excited about. So let's get into it. So if you've watched any of my videos, you probably know that I am manifesting aging backward. I look younger at 42 than I ever have in my entire life. And a lot of that is because I say affirmations that tell my brain to go in and make my body and my skin glow and beautiful and repair and all of that. And also part of that manifesting is affirmations that lead me to skincare and skincare devices and different modalities. Okay, hold on. I had to change out my light. My ring light battery died. I don't have a plug that I can plug it in, so I use like a battery pack to do it, and that battery died, so I'm charging that now, and we're using a little baby ring light. Not ideal for skincare stuff, but that's okay. And I'm excited because every year on Valentine's Day, I do something for myself. I was single for several Valentine's days in a row, and instead of being sad about that, I decided that I would just give myself the Valentine's Day that I would want a partner to give me. And ever since I started doing that, I'm obsessed with Valentine's Day. It's my favorite holiday. I have no bitterness or anger towards Valentine's Day, even if I'm single, because I make it an enjoyable day for myself. And instead of doing what I've done for the past couple years, which was like taking myself to, like I've gone to Cartier before, like I got my very first time doing this, I got my love bracelet from Cartier. I've gotten necklace, like I take myself to a nice store, I get the full treatment, and I take myself out to a nice dinner and all of that. This year, instead of doing that, I decided to get skincare devices, and so I'm gonna share them with you. So I've gotten the Medicube products, which you've probably seen on social media, and so I'm just going to talk you through them. I haven't even used all of the modes yet, but there's an app that they have that will personalize a skincare plan for you, and so we're gonna go through this one here. So the first thing I need to do is the air shot mode. So this is the Medicube Booster Pro. I got the pink one because I love pink. And so let's do, it will Bluetooth connect to the device. So let me turn on the device, boop, 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 and then connect to it. And I don't want booster mode, I want air shot mode. That is what my calendar is telling me to do first. You do this mode before you do any skincare. So this is fresh, dry face. I have not put any skincare on after I showered. So let's talk while I do this. Oh, it's a little bit spicy. How interesting. Anyways, so you can use everyone is you pushed out, the concept everyone is you pushed out, to determine what your self-concept is. But first I want to explain what is everyone is you pushed out, what I actually think it is. There's what the manifesting community thinks it is, and then there's what I think it actually is. So the concept of everyone is you pushed out is that your belief system about yourself and the world around you and the people in it will push itself out and influence how other people react to you. It will cause them to behave in certain ways, and that is what you see in your reality. I personally think that everyone is you pushed out is a misnomer. I think what's actually going on is that your reticular activating system in your brain, which I've talked about in lots of other videos, it's part of your brain that acts sort of like a filter, and all of the information that's coming at you from your senses, such as sight, interactions, sound, taste, feel, all of those senses, all of that information is filtered through your reticular activating system. And so what you're seeing is actually being filtered to you and interpreted by your reticular activating system instead of being pushed out away from you. That's how I see it, because that lines up with the neuroanatomy that I believe in and I understand. And so you can use that to help you determine, like, what self-concept do I have related to whatever thing you are trying to manifest. And so the first step is, do you even like what you see? You know, like, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, like say you're trying to manifest a financial situation and your bank account is like way lower than you want it to be. Do you even like that? Like, do you like what you see at all? And you use this for anything that you see out in your reality. Like, do you even like it? Is it even giving what you want it to be giving? And if you don't like it, then you need to figure out why you don't like it. what meaning are you giving to it that is negative? Because everything is neutral until you give it a meaning. So the fact that you are having a negative reaction to it, like having a low bank account balance is a neutral, like money is neutral. So having a low bank account balance is not negative inherently unless you're not able to do something that you want to do because of it. About this, it feels like little prickles. It says air shot, but I don't feel any air. I'm wondering if it just sends little electrical pulses or something. I'm not exactly sure how it works. And I'm using it on the lowest setting, which is 1, because I don't know how my skin will like this yet. Session complete. Awesome. And it keeps track of that in the app. So I just did 5 minutes of that on setting 1 and mode 3, and then it tells you what order to do things. So now I'm gonna do skincare, like I'm gonna put on my skincare and then use this in a different mode to help the skincare penetrate into my skin better. So the first item of skincare I'm gonna use is vitamin C. This is the bottle for the Neutrogena Rapid Tone Repair Vitamin C, but I don't care for that. I just like the receptacle. I use a different vitamin C, which I will link down in the description if you are curious and want to get it. It's a 30% vitamin C capsule. So that's the vitamin C. I don't bother rubbing it all the way in because I just go all over it with some snail mucin, and that will like mix everything together and like get it more evenly distributed. I'm obsessed with this product. I go through bottles and bottles and bottles of it. It should, there's evidently like not real ones going on. It should be like somewhat thick and like do cheese pulls basically when you separate your hands. I love the way it feels on my skin. I'm using you as a mirror. I do not have a mirror out here, so you are my mirror staring back at me. I put on new lashes since the last time I saw you. These are, I always use Lashify. These are Lashify Starburst in the color, I believe. I think these are the chocolate ones. I got a couple of chocolate lashes, so like dark brown lashes, and I like them. I think they're pretty. They're not super dramatic. They're like medium drama. Though if you've been on my channel at all, you know I like ultra drama. I got a couple of Medicube skincare products too. This is the Triple Collagen Serum Hydrolyzed Collagen. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my face and see what I think. How does this? It has like a cap on it, and my hands are like lotioned up. How do I get this off? Oh, how do I do this? Medicube. Oh, I figured it out. All right, let's see. We'll do two pumps. That's what that looks like. And that's a nice consistency. And I'm gonna put the cap back on because that's pretty cool. So it just like goes on at an angle, and then you push it down, and that way you cannot accidentally get out the product. I like that. All right, and then lastly, I'm trying to use up this moisturizer. It's by the brand Primera. It's the Alpine Berry Water Cream. It's fine. It feels really nice on my skin. I'm almost out of it. I don't have very much more left. But like, I don't care for the way it smells, and so even though it feels really nice on the skin and I think it does a nice job moisturizing, I don't care for the smell, and so I'm just kind of trying to use it up. Like, I don't think it's that special that I would buy it again because of the smell. It just smells like a health food store and essential oils, and that's not my jam. All right, so now that I've got the skincare on, we're going to use this in booster mode so that it will help the skincare ingredients absorb into my skin. So we'll turn it on. And so it's already on the level, like on the mode that we want it on. And so I will confirm and connect the Bluetooth. And so this is what the app is telling me. So now it's ready to go. And you're supposed to do this in little circles. So if you're not liking what you see, what is the meaning that you're giving to it? Like, why don't you like it? What don't you like about it? Does it make you feel a certain way about yourself? Does it confirm your suspicions about the world? What is it even trying to say to you, this dislike that you have? Because your reticular activating system is always seeking to filter your reality, like your 3D reality, according to belief systems that you have. So it's only going to show you what confirms your beliefs, unless you start to tell it that you can see other things. So using the money example, like what kind of beliefs would you have when you have a negative reaction to seeing a low balance in your bank account? what does it mean to you? Does it mean that money's hard to come by? Does it mean that you're always broke? Does it mean that you're never gonna have the wealth that you want? What does it mean? What are you saying? Like, what conclusions are you drawing from whatever it is that you're seeing in your 3D reality that you don't like? All right, we are all done with that. What is it telling us to do next? All right, next thing it is telling me to do is use the mini. So this is the Booster Pro Mini. Compared to the Booster Pro, this is what they look like. Size comparison, it is quite a bit smaller. I was a little confused as to like what the purpose of this is. This I think only has one mode. Like it'll do 2 colors, so I'm not entirely sure if it's like, because the colors each correspond to different modes, so it might do 2 modes. I'm a little unclear, but it's telling me to do the mini, so we're gonna do that. So we'll turn it on, and it's giving red. That's the red. It's hard to, it looks orange, but it's actually red. It's not the orange one. So we're gonna do the mini. It does not connect via Bluetooth. The only ones that connect via Bluetooth are the Booster Pro and the Ultra Tune, which I'll show you in a second. So we're gonna do the mini, and I'll set myself a timer because it's only supposed to really be 5 minutes. And this one is supposed to help like relax muscles and like get rid of fine lines, so great. So let's see, we'll do a 5-minute timer. We'll start our timer, 5 minutes. There we go. Right. I'm using it on the lowest setting. So when you look out and you see the world and you don't like it and you discover what it's trying to say to you, the fact that you don't like it, what conclusions that you're drawing, what is that trying to say? And I even ask myself, what is it trying to say to me when I don't like something that I see? This can help you determine your self-concept in very powerful ways, because you can think like, well, what self-concept, like what would a person, oh, maybe it already does it, we'll see. Like what would a person believe about themselves to react this way to whatever it is that they're seeing? So even if you had the belief that money's hard to get, what do you believe about yourself that has gotten you in the situation where your bank account balance is low? Do you believe that money's hard to get and you can't get it? Like, and it's not available to you? Because if you believe that money's hard to get, but you can still get it, then you wouldn't have a low bank account. I personally think that addressing your self-concept is like the fastest, bestest, most overall good way to get what it is that you want out of life. Because even if you have a stinky belief about something like money's hard to get, if you believe that you can get it anyway, then the stinky belief's not, like, it's not negatively affecting your life. What do you care what you believe? Like, if you think most people are idiots, which I don't have a lot of evidence that most people aren't idiots, but I also don't have a belief that the majority of people's idiocy affects me. Like, you can be an idiot in your own life. It's not gonna bother me none. This also kind of doubles as like a tiny lymphatic massage. Like, I'm just slowly moving the lymph fluid. Is this a gentle touch across the top of the skin? And that's what will move lymph fluid. Lymph fluid is not deep.
4 minutes passed.
It actually works better that this is telling me how many minutes, because it only counts the time that it's on your actual skin, versus a timer counting down is gonna count just the total time, like it just did, but it's not done. This is really pleasant to use. Like, it's just kind of relaxing. All right, all done with that. Done with the mini, and the last thing to do is the Ultra Tune, which is this right here. This is a radio frequency microcurrent device, and I am so intrigued by radio frequency as like a PA. I think it's so interesting. So it's having me do that today. So we'll turn it on. Oh, it also has multiple modes. I don't know which one I'm supposed to use today. I'm gonna do the one that addresses wrinkles. That's the majority of what I care about, is the one that addresses wrinkles. So we're gonna do that. And so this is actually a warming sensation, and this will leave your skin a little bit red after, and that is okay, that goes away. We're gonna go over my smile line nice and robustly. Now, as with anything, results with these kind of products are not gonna come overnight. They will take months to make any sort of visible difference on the skin, and that's just fine with me.
1 minute passed.
Because I am patient and I am not in a hurry. It's hard to do on my forehead. I really struggle with the forehead because all 6 of the little prongs have to touch the skin for it to count time. So like, it will pause when it's off of your skin, and getting all 6 of them to touch on the forehead is, I have a hard time. Maybe it's not designed to be used on the forehead. I don't know. Let's go to the other side of the face. This is how I ended up manifesting princess treatment. So I decided that I wanted princess treatment. I wanted to be the girl that got it. I had never previously gotten princess treatment. In fact, I was very masculine in my previous relationships. So when I looked out into the world and I saw how I was being treated by men and how I was interacting with men and I didn't like it, I was like, all right, well, what is that trying to say? Does it mean that all men are trash? No, I don't have that belief. I don't think all men are trash. Does it mean that only sugar babies get treated like princesses? I did have that belief. I thought that I had to have like a ultra rich sponsor, sugar daddy situation in order to be treated like a princess, and that is definitely not true. And the self-concept that it ultimately revealed to me as I was having this conversation with myself is that I didn't think that I was good enough to get princess treatment. I thought I wasn't able to inspire that kind of treatment from a man in my life because I'm middle-aged, right? I'm 42. So when I decided that I wanted to be the girl that gets princess treatment, I understand what the self-concept was that I was dealing with. It was a self-concept of unworthiness. And so when I was choosing affirmations to get princess treatment, I had to choose affirmations, or rather I decided to choose affirmations that addressed some of the self-concept that I already had. So instead of just saying I get princess treatment, because that is going to bring up conflict from your brain, right? Like if you've never gotten princess treatment and you start telling your brain you always get it, like, yeah, you can persist through that resistance if you want to, but isn't it better and a more mature approach to be like, I'm the kind of woman that naturally inspires men to treat me the way that I want? Like, that's a whole ass self-concept and not a result. Princess treatment is the result of that self-concept. I would rather believe myself to be the kind of woman who naturally inspires that treatment from the men in her life. I don't want to have to beg for princess treatment. I don't want to have to manipulate for princess treatment. I just naturally inspire that from the men I'm around. And my experience that I'm having now with Boo Bear, he spoiled me rotten for Valentine's Day. He gave me Valentine's Day presents, and then he took me out for Valentine's Day dinner on a whole different day. Like, Valentine's Day with Boo Bear was 2 days. And I didn't ask him for any of it. He's just likes me that much that I naturally inspire that. And he has said basically that. So it's cool when you start to hear your self-concept being reflected back to you because of everyone as you pushed out, and you start to see circumstances in your life differently because your reticular activating system is changing because you're addressing your personal beliefs and not just the outcomes that you want. I think only addressing the outcomes that you want is a pretty immature way of manifesting. That's just my opinion. But I think that there are far more impactful ways to completely change your life. Like me sitting here talking to you with skincare devices, and I only work 3 days a week and I make almost, how much do I make? I don't remember exactly. I think it's like $235,000 a year right now. Like, that was not a part of my reality 3 years ago. Like, it all happened so fast. So that is the Medicube devices that I got myself for Valentine's Day. I'm very excited to see what the progression of them is. If you want any more detailed videos about them, let me know. Obviously, I'm going to talk to you about manifesting as well, but I do love my skincare, as you know. To recap, look out into your reality and determine whether or not you like what you're getting from the people around you, from your job, from your finances, from your living situation, and determine whether or not you like that. If you don't, what is the conclusion that you're drawing about it? What are you making it mean? What is it trying to tell you about your beliefs? And then the third thing that you need to do is determine, okay, well, what is the self-concept of a person who would have those beliefs? Like, why would somebody who thinks that they are worthy and deserving of anything they want in life have a belief that's yucky like that? And then you can use what it's telling you to help inform your affirmations in a way that's going to touch the self-concept in your brain and rewire it versus just simply affirming for the outcome that you want. Because if you only affirm for the outcome, then what happens when you want the next thing that's the slightly different outcome that you haven't affirmed for, but you haven't changed your self-concept? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, affirm for what you want. I definitely affirm for what I want. And for things that you don't have beliefs really attached to, that's gonna work fine. That's how I was able to manifest Boo Bear fixing my car heater. I don't have a whole lot of beliefs about my car heater, so I just affirmed the outcome that I wanted and I left it at that. But when I talk about getting princess treatment for the first time in my life, I had beliefs attached to that, and I had to go in, I had to look at how my world was showing me, like how the people in my world were behaving toward me. I didn't like it. Once I determined that the beliefs that it was showing me meant that I wasn't worthy of having what I wanted, then I could go in and address the self-concept. And that is how you use everyone as you pushed out to determine your self-concept so that you can actually affirm for and change literally anything in your life. If you want me to talk more about self-concept, drop a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, which I know you did, be sure to interact with it, like, share, comment, subscribe, so that YouTube knows that it's video and they will push it out to more people so that we know that we can take the woo-woo out of manifesting. I appreciate you being here with me and sharing your time with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.